Hello and welcome back to Full Story's limited series. I'm your host, Kelsey Winarski, Technical Product Marketing Manager here at Full Story. What's the reality check report, you might ask? Well, if you haven't seen our other episodes of the report, make sure you watch those, some really great content. But the reality check report is only the latest and greatest research by Full Story that highlights key challenges, emerging opportunities, and strategies for success in today's digital world. Last episode, we talked about how personalization is no longer a want, but a need when it comes to being a successful business. Today, we're going to whip out our crystal ball and talk predictions about the future of digital work. I'm joined by Miriam. Miriam, thank you so much for joining. Really happy to have you. I'd love to learn a little bit more about you.
Thanks, Kelsey. Thanks for having me. I'm Miriam Harris. I'm a customer success director at Full Story. I work within our enterprise division, and I've been here about 3.5 years and within SaaS for 13 or so. I really enjoy helping our customers maximize their utilization of Full Story, and I'm excited to talk about behavior analytics, data strategies, and the reality check report with you today.
Fantastic. Well, before diving in, I thought we'd start with something silly because this is a serious conversation, so let's make it fun at first. So, because we're talking about predictions, I asked Gemini to give me some predictions of what it thinks will happen in 2025. These are all fun, so they're low stakes, nothing serious here, but I was curious if you wanted to guess about any of these predictions. Yeah, no worries. These are fun predictions, so very low stakes here. Some of my favorites that Gemini talked about were self-folding laundry, holographic pets, and then an AI personal stylist that would make clothes based on your mood and everything like that. I don't know about you, but I'm really feeling the self-folding laundry. What was your favorite?
Yes, I just told my husband on the weekend that whenever robots come about, I need the one that folds my laundry because I wait way too long.
I feel that. I'm glad we're aligned that self-folding laundry needs to be the future this year.
100%.
So before diving into specific predictions about the report, I wanted to ask, when you read the report, did anything jump out at you or surprise you? Did anything give you a reality check?
When we think about AI and we think about businesses' strategies, what I really started to understand was how AI is not going to just be a nice to have, it's going to be a must have, but also how it's going to be woven into our day to day. It's almost going to become seamless and elevate, us as employees if a company does it right. And that's what I found really interesting and a lot of companies predicting, right, how AI is going to sit within their businesses.
Yeah, that's actually the most perfect segue that I couldn't have predicted myself about the first prediction that I want to get into, which is about AI being a competitive advantage. And so I wanted to talk about how our report really, like you said, predicts that AI will define the market leaders and it's no longer optional. Why do you think that AI is no longer optional, but rather the future of business strategy?
It's going to help companies stay competitive. Without AI, they're going to fall behind. It's a must have. I mean, when we think about the arrival of electricity, could you imagine just being like, "No, I'm not going to do that now," like in your house? No, I don't need to power my house with electricity. AI is going to integrate into everything. It'll be unimaginable to operate without it. It's not just about automating tasks. It's like a fundamental shift in how businesses operate, a new way of thinking about everything from hyper personalized experiences, personalized support. So, for companies, using AI is about becoming more efficient, innovative, and truly customer centric.
I love your analogy about electricity too, because it really feels like that, where it was darkness and all of a sudden AI is everywhere. Everyone's talking about it. And it's what really will bring us into the future. Our report suggests that companies that are stuck on basic automation will fall behind. So, like you mentioned, not only using AI just for basic automation, but for more advanced tasks. So, what do you think separates those that are truly integrating AI from simply scratching the surface?
Yeah, dabbling in AI isn't going to cut it. When we think about a company and the electricity analogy, some companies will try to just light a single light bulb. What they really should be doing is powering an entire city. True integration of AI is key. And companies that scratch the surface with the bare minimum won't be competitive with basic automation. They need to be thinking strategically about AI, create data centric culture, and use AI to solve those complex problems and not just automate simple tasks. A lot of companies struggle to move beyond basic automation, and a lot of leaders think AI is a threat to jobs when they should be seeing it as a tool to empower their teams. A mindset shift is needed. It's not about replacing humans, it's about augmenting their capability.
AI can do so much more than simply automating tasks and can really help people focus on those strategic things versus doing, the day-to-day repetitive tasks that AI can handle. We talked a little bit about this, but how do you think AI will be used to predict customer needs and optimize journeys and solve problems in real time? So again, that step beyond simple automation.
Yeah, AI is going to go beyond simple automation by providing really accurate product recommendations. I mean, think about those sites you go to and they kind of know you and you can tell they kind of know you. There's sites where they definitely don't know you at all. And then there's those sites where they put what you want and it's like they read your mind front and center and you don't even know you had a problem and they're showing you the answer. Companies that anticipate customers' needs are just going to be changing the game.
The report suggests that there's a growing divide between AI leaders and those that are lagging. And I think you touched upon it a little bit, but what are the risks for businesses that fail to embrace AI strategically, and how can they catch up?
Yeah, our reality check report makes a pretty stark picture between those who are embracing AI and those who are lagging behind. And the risks are serious. They're business impacting. We're talking about a potential loss of competitiveness, reduced innovation, decreased efficiency. It's no longer a question of if businesses adopt AI, but how. So our recommendation is, start small. Don't do a massive overhaul right away. It's about taking that measured, iterative approach. We have some practical steps and recommendations companies can take to start building a strong AI foundation. We recommend identifying AI opportunities where AI can add value to the business, conduct a data assessment in preparation to collect and organize relevant data, start building skills within your workforce, experiment with AI tools, create a culture of experimentation, and start with small AI projects.
Starting small, figuring out one problem to solve and going there, I think is really the key to success, not only for AI, but any problem that breaks it down, makes it a much more approachable task and easier to solve than boiling the ocean, as they say in the industry. I want to switch now to another prediction. Our report has made it clear that bad UX has no future in the digital world. Why are clunky designs and generic experiences unacceptable to today's customers?
Yeah, there's several reasons for this shift. Rising customer expectations, increasing dominance of mobile devices, increasing demands for personalized experiences, and growing awareness of accessibility. I mean, these are just expectations in the market, right? These are the table stakes. And companies like Amazon, Google set the bar for digital experiences, and we expect the seamlessness and intuitiveness everywhere.
You go to a website that's not personalized at all, I'm like, what's going on here? Or a site that isn't mobile friendly. It really makes me question the business as a whole. Like, are you back in the 90s where we have like static HTML web pages? I'm curious, what does it mean to truly create a seamless UX experience in 2025? How important are factors like speed, intuitiveness, personalization?
Yeah, users today expect instant responses and lightning fast load times. A lot of my customers in Full Story use it to monitor those day in, day out, get alerts if something's too slow because they know that's going to, slow the checkout process down. It impacts a customer's perception of your brand. Even if they're able to check out, you just want to make sure it's as fast as you can make it. It can lead to lost business, right? Any delays can just make somebody go to your competitor. And a truly seamless experience in 2025 is made up by a few factors. One of those is invisible technology. Think of an experience where technology fades into the background. Users can focus on what they're actually trying to do on your website and not on your technology itself or clunkiness of your site. They want to come on and get what they want and move along. And if that doesn't work for them, they're going to go to your competitor. One of the examples of this in real life, but using technology, is Amazon's walkout technology. When you go into an Amazon Go store, I went to one in Seattle. It's by their day one office, and it's the best thing. You scan your Amazon app and then you just shop, and you don't realize that there's cameras and all of this digitalization, and you just get what you need and you walk out. Think of that on a website. What if we had that kind of experience on a website and someone didn't notice the technology happening on, or in a checkout? You make it so easy for people to check out, they're going to forget they're even checking out and giving you their money.
Yeah. So we're talked a little bit about personalization here. It's really important. And our report highlights real time personalization as a key differentiator. How can businesses leverage AI and behavioral data to deliver a personalized experience in the moment?
Yeah, every interaction should be tailored to the individual user, creating a sense of relevance and connection. It's about making the user feel understood and valued. Companies need to adapt to the user's actions in real time. First, you need a system for collecting and integrating data from various sources. And then you leverage AI powered insights and analytics to analyze that data and extract meaningful insights about your customers. So it all starts with data, and then you layer on AI to make sense of that data and uncover those patterns that would be impossible for humans to detect on their own. And from there, you can make personalized recommendations. You can serve up dynamic content and even have personalized customer service or support interactions with those real time insights. It's about hyper personalizing the experience for your users. It's not just static personalization where you group people into, like a big cohort of users who kind of fit the profile. Instead, it's unique per person, and AI can handle that model.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I know that I love personalization because it makes me feel special. It makes you want to be a repeat customer. So I definitely understand that. Can you give us some examples of brands that are already excelling at real time personalization and maybe some lessons that we can learn from them?
Yeah, when we think about real time personalization, the ones that come to mind, of course, Amazon, Netflix, Google, Starbucks. One key takeaway is that all these companies have invested heavily in data infrastructure. They understand that data is the fuel that powers AI driven personalization efforts. So it's not just about having the data, it's about having the right systems in place to collect, organize, and analyze the data effectively. They're also incredibly customer centric in their approach. Their personalization strategies are all about enhancing the customer experience, not just pushing products and promotions. No one wants generic offers. I definitely don't. I love those offers that are like, hey, 20% on the shirt you were looking at. Yes, please. So, true personalization is about understanding individual needs and preferences, and behavior analytics like in Full Story gives you those and gives you those en masse. These companies all emphasize continuous optimization, constantly monitoring their personalization based on customer feedback, interaction, and performance data. It's not a set it and forget it experience. They're continuously learning and adapting, striving to improve the customer's experience. And they understand that the digital landscape is constantly evolving and they need to stay ahead of the curve to remain competitive.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The report predicts that brands who fail to master UX and personalization will fall behind. I think we've touched on some of this already, but what are some potential consequences for these companies and how can they avoid becoming obsolete?
There's some pretty dire consequences for companies who ignore the trends we're talking about. Brands that fail to master UX and personalization face reduced revenue, market share, damaged brand reputation, missed opportunities. They're missing those folks who want to come to their website and shop. They're getting turned off by the experience when it's a bad UX or it's slow or it's not personalized. In the end, they're going to even increase their costs on marketing and support by not tailoring their experience to the users using personalization.
Well, so I'd like to wrap this up talking a little bit about behavioral data, future proofing. The reality check report found that 67% of respondents see behavioral data as critical to improving AI initiatives. Why is behavioral data so essential? And how is it changing the way the businesses operate?
Behavioral data provides insights into how your customers interact with your products and services. It's like gold for understanding your customers. Behavioral data tracks their actions and preferences. It provides a wealth of information that can be used to refine AI models, optimize marketing campaigns, improve product development, even enhance customer service. Behavioral data is like the missing piece of the puzzle connecting all of these strategies we've been discussing. Behavioral data is the key to making data driven decisions, becoming truly customer centric, delivering personalized experiences at scale, and optimizing everything in real time.
Yeah, behavioral data is important because there's a huge disconnect between what people say and what they actually do. If you don't understand that, you just take people at their face value and what they say, it doesn't always lead to results, doesn't always lead to converting and really getting the results that you want. What are some concrete examples of how behavioral data can be used to guide smarter strategies and enhance user experiences?
Yeah, some concrete examples of how you can use behavioral data and ways I see my customers use it. For example, in e commerce, when you're analyzing browsing and purchase history, you can then recommend products or services that align with what the customer's interested in and their preferences. We think about content streaming and what shows up on your Netflix. And if your kids have been on your Netflix account and it's going to show cartoons, like, hello, there's behavioral analytics right there. And so that's why it's great to have different profiles on your Netflix so that the cartoons stay in your kids' profile. Behavioral data can also be used to optimize user journeys. So think of your website navigation and onboarding flows. When you know how someone is going to come and interact with your website, you can improve it by using the behavioral data. You can identify pain points in the user experience. You can identify where people might get stuck in onboarding and use behavioral data to improve those experiences. You can use behavioral data in targeted marketing. Think about your email campaigns. You can personalize those with what you know someone's interacted with on your website. And you can even have dynamic website content where you adjust the content of what's on the website based on behavioral data from Full Story in real time. And lastly, behavioral data can even be used to improve customer service. You can offer proactive support on your website. Identifying users who might need assistance, you can proactively help them out, reduce the friction they're experiencing. You can also offer personalized support and tailor the customer support interactions based on someone's history and preferences.
Behavioral data, like you said, is key. And I see this with all of that you're saying. Behavioral data is a great way to learn more about your customers without bothering them. The Reality Check report warns about the dangers of a growing gap between collecting and using data. And I think that a lot of people have this issue where they're collecting it, but how do you use it? What do you think are some common challenges companies face in leveraging their data effectively?
I see a lot of my companies, my customers facing their data issues right now. A lot of them are getting their acts together with their data warehouses and cleanliness of their data to ensure they're ready for AI and what's coming down the road with personalization.
Yeah, we talked about this in the data episode, like you said, and in the AI episode, but AI is only as good as the data that you train it on. And if you're not confident in what data you have, if your data lives in a warehouse, a lake, and Excel files, wherever you want to put your data, if you don't know what's there and you want to train an AI model with it, I think that you're probably not very confident about the output that's there. How can businesses break down data silos, improve data usability, and generate faster insights to drive better decision making?
To break down data silos, companies need to centralize their data storage, implement data governance policies, and foster a data culture where information flows freely across departments. It's about creating a unified view of the customer. To improve data usability, companies need to focus on data cleaning, standardization, creating a data catalog, and also the documentation of where to find that data so that their users know where to look. And leverage data visualization tools to make the data more accessible and understandable, organized and easy to use. To generate faster insights, companies need to implement real time data processing. They need to use AI powered analytics to uncover hidden patterns and trends and empower business users with self-service analytics tools.
You mentioning documentation like made me so happy. Please document. No matter what kind of role you're in, documenting things is essential. It makes future people, future employees happy. It makes everyone's life easier, and not everyone is all up in your Teams or your Slack messages asking you for things. What practical advice would you give to businesses that are looking to future proof their digital work in the face of these evolving trends?
Yeah, future proofing your business isn't about predicting the future with perfect accuracy. It's about building a foundation that allows you to adapt and evolve as the landscape changes. There's different strategies you can use to future proof your business. So embrace AI into your core strategy. Drive innovation, efficiency, customer centricity. Like we've talked about, invest in data and analytics capabilities. Data is like the fuel that powers AI and informs smarter decision making. Cultivate a data driven culture where data is used to inform every decision. It's not just about having the data, it's about creating an environment where everyone understands the value of data and uses it to make better outcomes. So, you want to have a data driven mindset. Prioritize UX and personalization. Understand that in today's world, customers expect personalized, seamless experiences. Businesses need to deliver on those expectations to remain competitive. To stay ahead of the curve, embrace agile and continuous improvement methodologies. This means being willing to experiment, learn from failures, iterate quickly, and adapt to changing customer needs. Invest in talent and skills development. This means attracting and retaining individuals with expertise in AI, data analytics, and UX design. It's a reminder, it's about being proactive, anticipating those future challenges and opportunities rather than reacting to them after the fact.
Miriam, thank you so much for meeting with me today. I really enjoyed our chat. I really enjoyed looking into the crystal ball with you and seeing all the predictions for the future of digital work and learning more about how things like data, personalization, and AI are really key to being a successful business in 2025 and beyond.
Me too. Thank you so much for having me, Kelsey.
If you haven't seen our other episodes on Full Stories Reality Check Report, please check them out. They are definitely informative and worth your time.